Hey guys, what's up and welcome back to my channel and welcome to another palette review which I'm super excited for. Today we're going to be reviewing the brand new Urban Decay Born to Run eyeshadow palette. It's launching in 2 days, I think, 1 or 2 days. One day. And this has been going crazy online. There's so many articles about it. Like, the whole world is waiting in anticipation. So I'm super excited to dive into this one. As always, if you are new here, please make sure to hit the subscribe button. I do upload 3 videos a week, and also hit that notification bell so that you actually know when a video goes up. Things haven't been cute on YouTube lately. Things are being a bit messy. But yes, if you're wanting to see inside this bad boy, see swatches, see a demo on my eyes, and a full review of the palette and whether or not I think it's worth your time and money, then please keep on watching. So I'm just having a look at the website here in front of me. Basically, Urban Decay are saying that this is going to be the one palette that you will need to pack. You will not need to, continue to pack like 3 or 4 palettes to create different eyeshadow looks when you travel. It's meant to have every single shade in it to complete an entire makeup look. But yeah, this is what the palette looks like. So this is the external box that you get. It's actually a really, really pretty box. And then on the back, you've got some information about the palette and then all of the shades on here. And then the actual palette looks like this. I really love it. Both the front and the back of the palette are covered in like imagery of different countries and different locations around the world, which is really, really nice. Obviously, Born to Run, it's with the travel theme. Now this palette's got 21 eyeshadows in it. They are 0.02 ounces each. It's made in the USA. It's going to be retailing at Sephora, I know, for $49 US. This one's launching on the 12th of June for you guys in the States. For us here in Australia, it's launching at Mecca Maxima on the 3rd of July, so in a couple of weeks. So definitely make sure that you're ready because I feel like it's going to sell out really, really fast. But let's have a look at the inside. It's so pretty, you guys. Like, honestly, I think Urban Decay, like, even just looking at this from an aesthetic point of view, I think Urban Decay have done a really good job of choosing shades and placing them in the palette. Like, I feel inspired looking at all of these colors. Like, I actually feel like, yes, I can use this palette. So there's a mixture of mattes and shimmers in this one. There's also a really nice mixture of warm tones and cool tones and neutrals and pops of color. Like, it really does have a lot going on. They're not really lined up with, like, all matte at the top or anything. They're kind of like interspersed everywhere, but she looks beautiful. The palette is really nice. It's all plastic. It's got magnetic closure. Feels nice and sleek. It is quite weighty, I will say that, but I like that in a palette. I like it. Like, I just feel like heavy things like feel like luxe. I'm like, yes, that's quality. Yeah, so what we're going to do now is I'm going to swatch all 21 shades of this palette on my arms live on camera so that you can see, the formula, how it goes swatching, so you can see a close-up of the shades. Do bear in mind, I'm not personally a fan of finger swatches. It really does not in any way show how good a shadow is going to perform on the eyes. It is what it is. Everybody always wants to see them though, so we will do them, and then I'm going to be creating a full eye look using the palette, and we're going to see what I think, how she blends, how she goes. So let's do this. Okay, so just having another quick look at the palette. I wasn't sure if you guys saw it probably earlier. All the pretty pictures on the front, and here it is on the inside with all of the colors. It's also got a really, really nice big mirror, which is awesome. So starting on the top row, we have a really pretty shimmery champagne, then a really pretty gold, then a kind of iridescent pinky highlight color. This one here is the matte transition shade. It doesn't really show up on my skin tone. Then we have a pretty matte coral. Then we have a warm tone matte brown, and then lastly a very deep, dark, warm brown. As you can see, I'm sort of struggling to swatch the mattes on my skin, but here is the first row of colors. Then moving on to the second row, this beautiful bright purple. It's like an orchid kind of color, really, really nice. Then my favorite, the matte orange, and this gorgeous shimmery copper color. Then a shimmery purple color. Then another shimmery copper that's sort of like a little bit more, it's got more of like a gold undertone, then a pretty gold brown, and then a beautiful vibrant forest shimmery green. I love that one. And then moving on to the last row, we have a pretty shimmery pinky purple, then a deep matte brown, then this beautiful burgundy shimmery brown. I love that one. Then the black that's not actually quite matte, it's more of like a satin, I'll explain that later. A shimmery grey, this beautiful shimmery turquoise, and then this final actually no, that one's a turquoise, the other one's blue. Alright, so that's it for the swatches. Like I said earlier, I don't personally think in any way, shape or form that a finger swatch is really a good indicator of how a shadow is going to perform. As you saw from the swatches, a lot of the mattes were quite patchy upon swatching, and the shimmers were really, quite creamy and buttery to swatch, pretty well as the case with every eyeshadow palette. So yeah, hopefully it gave you a really good close look at the colors though, and like the texture and any iridescence. Yeah, we're going to move on now to actually creating an eye look with the palette. This is my favorite part of testing new palettes. There are literally so many different looks you can create with this palette, which I really, really love. But I'm going to start off taking the shade Weekender, which is like this really pale nude matte brown. And I'm basically just going to work this one backwards and forwards through the crease. This is a really fantastic transition color. And it's not really warm and it's not really cool. So it's great transition color for pretty well every eyeshadow look, which is really, really clever. The texture of the mattes is very, very soft and buttery. You know how sometimes you touch a matte eyeshadow and it feels nearly like a little bit wet, kind of. A lot of these mattes feel like that. I'm not getting a huge amount of kickback in the palette. In fact, I'll pick it up and show you here. I've dabbed my brush into this several times, and you can see, you know, there's really not too much kickback, which is great. I tell you guys, I'm so hungry. I feel like I say that in every video, actually. I need to stop talking about food. You're gonna be like, Nikia, stop. Okay, next up I'm taking Steel Shot, which is this gorgeous bright coral right next to the last one. Same brush, picking it up, and I'm gonna work that one through the crease as well. The other thing with reviewing an eyeshadow palette, it's kind of tricky because you're like, I want to use as many shadows as I possibly can on camera so that you guys really know whether or not you want to buy it. But yeah, we're probably going to be going over things quite a bit. I love this color as a transition color. It's not too coral over the top where, you know, it might shy some other people off, but I'll tell you what else I'm excited about. This palette has a matte orange eyeshadow. Literally the one eyeshadow that makes every eyeshadow look better. Like seriously, we're gonna use it next. Seriously, with eye makeup, orange will change your life forever. I think I did a video about it maybe. Maybe I should do another one. All right, next up taking that orange. That shadow is called Baja, and I might actually switch to a smaller brush. Ooh, it is Pigmented. I'm gonna work that one directly into my crease. Kind of just layering over and over and over again on these. Look at that beautiful orange color. Oh, so many more eyeshadow palettes need orange, I'm telling you. You can use orange with cool tones, with warm tones. It looks amazing with a really vibrant purple eyeshadow look, like just through the crease to warm it up. Oh my God, everything. Oh, also, and I'm not sure I mentioned it earlier, but I had already primed my eyes with my MAC Pro Longwear paint pot and set it down with translucent powder. I can't even remember if I said that. Did I say that? I'm not sure. Okay, going in even deeper, I'm gonna pick up this matte purple shade. This is called GERARD, love that name. Just on the same brush. And I've tacked a little of that excess off. Work that one even more tightly through my crease, just building up those transition colors so that it looks really nice and smooth. Love this pink. I'm not really having any issues blending these out. Like I've certainly not come across anything you know, patchy or streaky, but I will say this purple has got a lot more kickback than the other shadows in the palette. You can kind of see when I've dipped my brush into it, it's kind of flicked up on these two lighter shadows. And also bear in mind, this deep purple is right next to the lightest color in the palette. So you might have some transference of color there. Okay, so I'm going back in with that larger brush and I'm kind of just softening all of that out. I think we might do a halo eye today. What do we feel about that? I really want to use this amazing Copper Ignite. It's so pretty. So yeah, we'll see what we come up with. Okay, I'm taking a smaller blending brush and I'm going to pick up Punk, which is this deep matte brown, really pretty color. There's also another deep matte brown in the palette, Good as Gone, but this one's a little bit more cool tone than this one is. I'm basically going to be working this only in the outer corner and inner corner. We're going to create a really nice halo sort of look to my eyeball. Not my eyeball, my eyelid. Wouldn't advise you put eyeshadow on your eyeballs. That will burn. Oh wow, that matte brown's nice. Blends out pretty good. I mean, this isn't the best brush for blending. It's not really a blending brush for creases per se, but nice and pigmented, nice and deep, like like you really get the color payoff. I'm working that one through the outer crease, keeping it quite tight to the lid, and then we're going to work it through the inner crease as well. We're going to build up that halo slowly. The thing that I really like about this too is Jet, the black shadow. It's not a complete flat matte shadow. It's actually got a kind of like a tiny little bit of a shimmer to it, but not really. It appears matte on the skin, but having that slight bit of shimmer to it, in all of my years as a makeup artist, having a tiny bit of shimmer in a black makes it a lot easier to blend. It's a lot more seamless. It's just, yeah, so we're going to be going into that one, trying it out, but I'm thinking that maybe that's why they've done it that way. All right, we're going to go into that black shadow. Like I said, it's not really matte, but it is, if that makes sense. And I'm gonna press that onto my eyes, only in the outer corners and the inner corners. And then picking up that blending brush with the brown, I'm just gonna softly blend that out and see how it goes. You do get a lot more fallout from the black shadow as well, just so you guys know. Okay, then going back through and blending. All right, let's go into the beautiful copper color now. So this is called Ignite. I nearly died when I swatched this. It's so beautiful and metallic. Let's try it both with a brush and a finger, although I do feel like it's gonna perform much better with a finger. Bring it up on a small synthetic brush. I haven't wet this brush at all. This is just a dry brush. Yeah, you sort of more get like a sheer wash of color when you apply it with a brush. Let's try it with our fingers now. I mean, it is such a beautiful color. Oh my God, and look at that. Just keeping it quite tight to the center of the lid, and then we'll go back and blend it. Okay, moving on to the lower lash line, I'm gonna go in with Riff, this really beautiful warm brown, and I'm gonna work that through the lower lash line, just the whole way across. I'm just blending really nicely under here. I'm really smoking that out too. I've been really into super smoked out lower lash lines lately, like, I don't know, I'm having a moment. Okay, going back in with a small brush, going in with Punk. I'm pretty much gonna repeat what I did on the inner and outer corners and really smoke out that lower lash line in layers. So first with the dark brown and then with the black. And then lastly, to finish off the eye, we're going to use the highlighting color. There's a couple of options in this, but I'm going to use Breakaway, which is like this really pretty, beautiful champagne. It's kind of nearly got tiny, nah, it's champagne. I'm lying. Just picking that up on a flat brush. I'm going to use it on my brow bone. Oh my God. Okay, that's really pigmented. And it's gone all in my eyelashes. So cool. That's a really nice, smooth, pigmented shimmer that's not too over the top, like chunky. I've got texture on my lids, on my entire eyelids. It's something that I've always have. A lot of people do have it also. And sometimes a lot of shimmers that are too chunky, like it just emphasizes that texture. That's a really nice, smooth highlighting color. I really like that. All right, so that is the finished eye look. Obviously, it looks messy now because we don't have lashes, mascara, the rest of my makeup on. I'm gonna go ahead and quickly put them on off camera, do the rest of my makeup, and then I'll be right back. So here is the finished look, guys. I'm so happy with how this makeup turned out, and I'm so happy with how easy the palette was to use and blend. All of the colors in this are very pigmented. There's definitely, you know, some discrepancy between, you know, like fallout and kickback, but you're going to get that with different formulas anyway, really. I love that it's pretty much got every color that I could think of. For me personally, looking at this now, I don't even know if I would add anything different. Like, you've got your warms, you've got your orange, like I said, orange in an eyeshadow. Oh, best thing of life, like literally ever. You've got a black that's easy to blend. You've got all of these pops of shimmer. You've got transition colors. You've got blending colors. You've got a duochrome. Like, what else could you even add to this? I don't know. It's very well thought through. It's very pigmented, and I think that this is worth your money. Like, I think this is definitely one of the best palettes that I have seen released in 2018 so far. If you're a beginner at makeup, you're going to adore these, or if you're a palette collector like me, you're going to adore this as well. I will definitely be packing this for traveling rather than packing. I pack so many. I pack like the Too Faced Sweet Peach. I pack the Huda Beauty one. I've been packing the Too Faced Chocolate Gold. Like, I pack so many palettes, and this one really does have pretty well all the colors from those palettes, you know, that I would use. The only thing it doesn't have, like, it doesn't really have like a silver, I guess you could say, but it's pretty well got everything. So yeah, those are my thoughts on the palette, guys. Like I said, it's launching on June 12th, which I believe for the people in the States, that is tomorrow. It's so weird living in the future. I'm like 16 hours ahead. I've already done the 12th. I've done it before you. And for us here in Australia, July the 3rd, Mecca Maxima, you're going to be able to pick this bad boy up. So yes, I hope that today's video was helpful. If you've got any more questions about any of the shadows or the product or anything, or any requests that you want to make, please leave them in the comment section down below. As always, you guys know how much I adore chatting with you down there. So yeah, I hope you're all having an amazing day. I hope this video helped. I love you so much, and I will catch you all in the next one.